are currently on Gari, also known as Fraser Island. Gari is the traditional name, and for those that don't know, it is the world's largest sand island and it is World Heritage listed, and it is incredibly beautiful. So we are here for a few days exploring, and today, this morning, it's 9 a.m. We've come to one of the probably the most iconic spot, Lake Mackenzie. It is just a lake that is from rainwater, really, and it's well known because of the beautiful white sand, which gives it the shoreline like a really beautiful baby blue color. And yeah, as I said, we're here at 9 a.m. It's already pretty busy, which is surprising because I guess it's a Saturday, but it's July, so it's winter here in Australia. And it's a little bit chilly, but I don't know, this sun's actually hitting me up. So I'm excited to explore other places. I have been here 20 years ago, so I must preface it by saying that. So although how old would I have been? I think I was 8 years old, so memory's a bit hazy. It's like I'm exploring it all over again. But I've just made it to the lake now. So pretty. So that's what I meant by that baby blue shoreline and the white sand. And then it goes like really deep there where it gets dark blue. It's already quite busy now. I think a few tour groups come. You can see, I don't know if the camera picks it up, how white the sand is and how clear the water is. And it gets quite deep out there. It gets to like 9 meters deep, I think, past the shoreline. It's actually not that cold. Definitely could go in. So I've seen people clean their jewelry with this really fine sand. So I'm going to give it a go.
And the water is slightly acidic.
Is it?
Yeah.
That's Dad narrating, by the way, on camera.
Where are we?
I've already done an intro.
Oh, okay.
We're at Lake Mackenzie. Oh wow, that's actually coming up. That's sparkling, look at that. What would you do if you lost it? We're here a bit early. I think if we came at 12, you would have seen how baby blue this water is compared to where it gets deeper. I should have shown her before. That's actually quite clear. Yeah, that's sparkling now. So we have left Lake Mackenzie and we have come to the east coast of the island, and we're at Urong Beach, where there's like another resort and there's a few shops. We grabbed a coffee and we're going to head now onto 75 Mile Beach. It is, I think it's 123 kilometers long for those that use kilometers, and it basically goes from the south of the beach to the north. And it is actually considered a highway here on Gari. You have to obey road rules, and the speed limit is 80 kilometers, and you have to stick to the left, and it will take us to our next destination, which is an old shipwreck called Mahano Shipwreck. So there's some other cool spots to check out further up north on the east coast of the island. So that's where we're going to head, but we have to take the beach highway. So this is called Eli Creek. It's a freshwater creek that flows all the way into the ocean. And as you can hear, there's a lot of kids. When I was a kid, we had like a rubber ring, and the current just takes you all the way up to the ocean. And then you just run back up and you float all the way back. This is where you get in and you get your rubber ring and you go all the way up to the beach. And then you run up the boardwalk and go again. I think as a kid I did this about 100 times, would you say, Dad?
Sorry?
When I was a kid I did it over and over and over.
Hours. You
You can spend
and your
hours.
brothers and John's.
You can see how clear it is. After the war, the Mahino ship turned into like a bit of a luxury liner, and it was actually on its way up from Sydney when it became stranded here on Fraser Island, and no one came to rescue it. So basically it was just left abandoned. You can see what the inside was like. That was when it was like a World War I hospital ship. So when I was here 20 years ago, there was a lot more to it, but slowly but surely, the sea is reclaiming the ship. We're actually having a few mechanical problems. Something happened with the key locking mechanism, and when we put the key in, it's not turning, so we can't turn the car on. Dad's just, well, lucky Dad is a mechanic, and he's taken off the lower part of the dashboard. We've been here for a good 20 minutes. Trying to get it working. So if you don't hear from me, we've been stranded with the stranded shipwreck. We've been abandoned. Okay, Dad doesn't find this funny. I better turn the camera off, eh? Did you pull the lock out?
Yeah.
That's the lock.
I'm going to have to just drive it without the lock.
Oh, you're going to drive without the lock?
Yeah, it just means we have to use a pair of pliers to start the car.
Alright. Well, we're not going to be abandoned with the Mahino. Alright, now that Dad's got the car started again and we're not going to be stranded here at the shipwreck, we are heading on to the next spot, further up the beach. I think it's called Pinnacles, some interesting rock formations, and then we'll see where we end up from there.
These things are going to get a feed. We're not supposed to encourage them.
What are you doing? It's a dingo. We have a bit of a traffic jam here with a dingo. You shall not pass. Alright, we have stopped at a place called Champagne Pools. They're like little rock pools that you can swim in, but don't know if I'll be swimming in them today. And it just is a pretty lookout as well. As you can see. Excuse me, tour director. I'm hungry.
Eat here if you want.
When's lunch? We have just stopped for a very late lunch, and this is at Waddy Point Campground. I think this is the furthest we will come today. We're going to try and go up to the very top tomorrow, but we just took our time seeing all the sites kind of on the way that we don't really have time. But I find the further that you go north on the island, I feel like the quieter it gets, which is nice. It's really nice and peaceful up here. It's been a action-packed day, and I think tomorrow will be the same. Good morning. Our first stop today is Lake Wabi, one of them. Oh, I nearly just slipped. And it's about a 1.5k walk to the actual lake from the car park. And it's weird because we're pretty close to the coast. From a lookout up above, you could see the coast, you could see the sand blow, and then you could see the lake. It's, yeah, quite bizarre looking. And so we're going to go get a closer look now. It's a bit colder today actually. It started raining as we were driving here. So hopefully it clears up a bit. We're walking along and something's in our path. A python. Dad, do you know what python that is?
I'm not sure. Scrub python?
Why is it stopped? Someone's not letting us pass. Mr. Python. How many meters do you reckon he is? A metre?
Yeah, he's 6 foot.
He's 6 foot and he's covering the whole path. And yeah, he's not letting us pass. He's saying, "You shall not pass." So we're kind of just chilling here. How about that, eh? People are not going to want to come to Australia now. But the pythons are quite... That's pretty cool. He's slowly going.
Such a creepy looking thing though, isn't it?
Alright, he's cleared the path. No, Dad, don't. Just leave him.
You look like
Steve Irwin. I've got Steve Irwin here trying to pick him up. So that's Lake Wabi here. As we walk, I don't know if you can see, that is basically a sand dune coming into the forest. See if I can get a better angle. But it's just such a bizarre environment. It's like a hill and then the sand's coming down onto it. And then you've got all rainforest. Let's do that a bit better now. It's all sand. You right, Dad? Wow.
the camera doesn't show.
Does it look steep?
Yeah, if you start going down.
So we have made it to Lake Wabi, and you can see, I don't know if the camera actually picks up how steep that sand dune is. It's such a unique environment here. You have like the lake, you have the forest, you have the sand dunes and the coast all together, and it just kind of gives it a really distinct look. What's really unique about Lake Wabi is that it actually is shrinking. It's getting smaller every year because it's getting taken up by this sand dune that is blowing into it every day. And yeah, I don't know if the phone picks up actually how much sand and how steep this sand dune is that came down, but Yeah, unfortunately, every year it's getting smaller and smaller, the lake, before it just gets swallowed up by the sand and there will be no lake here one day. I guess that's nature, right? But at least now, and 20 years ago, it was a lot bigger when I was here, but at least now we get to enjoy it because it's still here. It's got like a yellowy colour lake. So our second stop for the day is another lake. It's Lake Alum. There's actually a lot of turtles supposedly here from this lookout that you can see. Yeah, well, it's a beautiful lake. Can you see his little head here? It's like a tea tree.
There's two just there.
Tea tree colour, like a reddy brown. So nice and peaceful there. But in the photo you can't really. Oh look, he's coming right up.
There's one just right here. Right?
Oh no, he
Just-
puts his
just here.
head.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, but I gotta go on the other. Yeah, the reflection's not really picking up these turtles. Oh, there he is.
They're all coming over. That's why I said. That's why you needed just a little bit of a biscuit or something.
Wow, there's so many of them. No, I think
Look,
feeding them
there's
might be
three.
harmful. You don't know what.
Yeah, just a tiny bit.
There's
of
heaps
biscuit.
of them though.
So if you can catch one.
They go underwater. It looks like.
He's looking at it. They're looking at us. We are on our way to the western coast of the island, West Beach, and this Lake Alum is kind of like in the center. So it's a really pretty spot in the rainforest. Really nice drive here, and because it's so quiet and peaceful here, we're gonna have some lunch. There's a few picnic tables here actually. So peaceful, all the birds. So we have made it to the western coast, and it's a lot quieter here. And even though it's very overcast and it was actually just raining a little bit, it's really beautiful and calm. There's no real wind. And we've just been driving up the beach. So calm compared to the other side. And I reckon if it was sunny, the water would be like a real crystal baby blue. So maybe west is best. Did you get soaked?
I got soaked. I forgot my window down.
So, a bit random. We're on this beautiful long beach. You've got the sand dunes and you've just got this one random palm tree. Good morning. Yesterday we left the island and returned to the mainland. You can get the ferry from two spots from the mainland, from Inskip, which is the south of the island, and from Hervey Bay, which is like a little coastal town, and it's about a 45-minute ferry to Kingfisher Bay, which is where we stayed. That's on the west coast of the island, about the centre, maybe just below the centre. You can only drive a four-wheel drive on the island. That's why we left the bus in storage in Hervey Bay. We left the bus yeah, for the whole time we're on the island, and we took my dad's four-wheel drive over to the island so that we could explore. We actually stayed another night in Hervey Bay last night because in the afternoon we went on a whale watching tour. Hervey Bay is actually known as the whale watching capital of the world. If you didn't know, now you know. So if you want to watch some humpback whales, Hervey Bay is the place to do it. And mid-July until I think mid-October is the time to see them on their southern migration. So they give birth in like the warmer waters up near the Great Barrier Reef, and they travel all the way to Antarctica. So we kind of catch them on their migration here in Hervey Bay. You can also actually get the ferry from Fraser Island if you wanted to do that, because you basically they drive the boat right up into like the bay near the island. That's where you see them. But yeah, I highly recommend. It was an awesome day, and to see them up so close. One actually came like right under the boat a few times. It was so cool. So that pretty much sums up our video and our time on Gari, the world's largest sand island. And we're going to keep heading south for now, but I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next one.